What's up, Capricorn? Welcome back to my channel, Sedaris LLC. I'm B. Let me make sure my deck is not upside down. Okay. We're going to do a reading for this full moon today, Friday, April 1st, 2022. We're in the second quarter of the year now. Can you believe it? Can you believe it, Cappy? So, what does Capricorn need to know? We're going to start off with this light seers, and then we're going to go on to Moonology and close out with an angel wisdom deck. Ooh. Let me turn all these decks up right. Okay. What does Capricorn need to know right now? What does Capricorn need to know right now? Ace of Cups, Three of Cups. Come on, Capricorn, it's time to heal that heart, y'all. It's an ongoing process, for sure. It's an ongoing process. I understand that completely. It looks like there's an Ace of Cups here. There's an Ace of Cups, and you feel it. I feel like you feel it around you, Capricorn, but there's still some healing. There you are, King of Pentacles. And then we have the Star and the Six of Swords. One thing I'm feeling right off the bat is do not give up hope, Capricorn, because you're doing very, very well. Your advice is really just to stay in your own power. King of Pentacles here, that's Earth energy, Capricorn energy. And I feel like you're doing that, and we're going to clarify this. There's some kind of moon energy here. I feel like perhaps that healing that's still taking place, and maybe I'm hearing pressure. Maybe some of you are feeling a pressure to jump into a situation. Like, listen, there has to be patience with oneself when it comes to healing, because it's a long process. Like, I want to tell you guys, I just don't know how much I should share. I'm going to try to figure out the best way I can share my own stories, but I've been single for like a really, really long time, and I've had some experiences that were gut-wrenching, like a lot of us have had, right? When it comes to life, love, and relationships, and it's just like, well, am I going to live the rest of my life in the shadow of the pain that I've already experienced, or am I going to? And I'm hearing "Hold On to Your Love" by Sade, but like, am I going to hold on to the love that I know I have to give? And like, not let those bad experiences taint me for the rest of my life, because you deserve so much better than that, Capricorn. You do. And I feel like some of you right now are trying to focus. Like, maybe there's something that triggered an awakening for you, and you're climbing that ladder. Could be dealing with the Taurus as well, or have it in your chart in an important placement. You could be going through some kind of an awakening yourself. And realizing that you're on a journey. Something might have triggered that in you if you didn't already know it. Some of you may have already been on the journey. But we have the moon as the overall energy here. So maybe you're going through this without really telling anyone. Maybe you're the kind of person, Capricorn, that's like, well, and I just heard somebody say nobody needs to know my business, and I totally feel you on that, because I'm the same way. It's like an I can handle it kind of energy. I can handle it. And while that is true, because you can handle it, and you've shown and proved so many times in your life how capable you are, there does come a time when we need other people, or we need a lending, ear or hand. There may be something that you're struggling with that you might need someone, and it's okay to need someone sometimes. Yeah, the wheel's here. Wow, yeah. See the moon, then we have the wheel, and then we have the Seven of Wands. Maybe feeling a lot of the time like you have to be on defense with people, and you always have to be on guard. And maybe that having that love and that lighthearted experience in your life is just wishful thinking with the pig's fly energy on this Page of Cups, and thinking, well, maybe that true situation that lights up my heart just isn't out there. I'm hearing this song by Tamia called Smile, where she's saying basically in that song, she's basically wearing a mask in that song, and it's really beautiful but heartbreaking song, where she's like talking about putting on her makeup and putting a smile on her face. And if anyone asks her, everything is okay. And that's how she lives her life. But underneath it, she's like, why am I alone? Like, why am I alone? Is there something wrong with me? And no, there's nothing wrong with her. There's nothing wrong with you, Capricorn. There's just like, maybe you've been in a bit of a hermit mode for some time. Even when it comes to, and I feel for some of you, if this is not physical, because you could be out and about socializing with people, but none of them really know how you feel inside. And that could be what that moon energy is at the top. Like, you haven't really been confiding with anyone about this. But that's how you've been feeling. And I feel like there's new energy here. So this could be you kind of exploring being open with people, just opening up to people a bit more. With the Chariot, it's like you're feeling the urge to do it. Finding new groups of people, getting out of this Eight of Swords energy and pulling on your own strength, and maybe tapping into the Leo energy in your chart if you have any, or just embodying that Leo energy. I'm hearing Wake Me Up Inside by Evanescence. It's like maybe you've seen someone or you met somebody recently that made you remember what it's like to feel some kind of spark in your heart, in your energy. I feel like Capricorns have been just a bit tired of giving and just a bit tired of being the strong one. Yeah, especially even when it comes to things like work. I feel some of you are going through a period of like new beginnings, and I feel like you want to acknowledge what's really important to you at this time in terms of your heart, your passions, and maybe opening up to others as well. Just opening up to others in a bigger way, friendship-wise, social group-wise, maybe getting out more in social settings. Oh, that was terrible. We're going to do that again. I'm trying not to bend this deck. I just bent it back into shape earlier today. So I feel like when I shuffle, I do too much, or like I'm a little bit too forceful with the cards and it can bend them. Anyway. Yeah, the Eight of Cups is here at the bottom of the deck. So it's like there's an energy of you having left something behind, which is great because we're in the new moon energy. And I think it's leaving behind some of that moon energy. Some of that keeping so much to yourself, keeping things bottled in. Let's clarify. What is this Ace of Cups for my Capricorns? Yeah. Ace of Cups, friendships, family, relationships. I feel like it's all of it. All of the good connections you can make, or just the way you approach connections in general. There's like an opportunity here to refresh it, to renew it. And we saw that Page of Cups at the bottom, so it's like, yeah, feeling like show the world the real you kind of energy. And it's not because you've been being fake or anything. Yeah. We're seeing Temperance here. Balance with the Two of Swords. Okay, so maybe this is something that you didn't even realize, Capricorn. It could be something that I feel like over time it's who you are, especially when it comes to work. And you like to have fun, right? And you like to socialize and be with people. But I think maybe some of you have become the persona of work, like this is who I am. I am a businessman. I'm a businesswoman. I handle my business, and that's become like the forefront. And there's still that really like fun, exuberant Capricorn on the inside, and that part of you is kind of like ready to claw its way back out into the surface. That's kind of what I feel like. And you may not have seen this for a while, and I feel like maybe there's just been something that's called you to remember it, even if it's like a slightly painful experience for some of you that reminded you about that part of you. What is this Three of Swords? Three of Cups and the Nine of Swords. So for some of you, this could be a friendship. Some of you may have lost a friendship, or there's been like distance in a friendship that you value. And maybe this person doesn't realize how much you value them because you got caught up in the everyday shuffle of life, handling your business. And maybe this person misinterpreted that, and that happens. And you know, people need to understand that we're adults and things do happen and things take time. And but I feel like there may have been some sort of a misunderstanding or miscommunication here. And let's see, can I get one more in this Three of Swords and Three of Cups? Yeah. They might feel like you chose something else over them, or you don't really want to be around them, or something like that. This could be somebody you've known for quite some time with the Seven of Pentacles. And I also feel like you've had patience and healing, and you've been focused on your own healing, Capricorn, and just doing your own thing. And maybe there's some people outside of you who kind of miss you, miss your energy, and you could be missing theirs. Like maybe it's like you looked up after dealing with a whole bunch of other stuff, and there's somebody that you just hadn't thought about, not out of malice, but just because time was passing, and now that person is not as close to you. What is this Hierophant? Or vice versa. They could be thinking this about you. There you are, Cappy. Yeah. And I feel like you've been going through some things. You've been dealing with life. Seven of Pentacles coming out to clarify the Hierophant. Some of you have been dealing with building things. You know, that's what Capricorns do. Maybe some of you have been working on businesses that you've been working really hard on. And maybe that's what's had the majority of your attention. And so, like I said, I don't think it's anything, it's not like malicious. Can I get one more on this Hierophant and the Seven of Pentacles? Oh, yeah, but there's like a sense of neglect here. So either you walked away or they walked away. And it could be an air energy, a Libra energy you walked away from. But this person feels justified, at least, in not dealing with you. So that, and I do feel that energy of misunderstanding. So I feel like there may need to be a conversation, or they might want to reach out to you if this is you that they can't reach, Cappy, or vice versa, just so you guys can have a talk and be like, let's level set. This is what happened. And you could be dealing with like maybe somebody you knew from work, because I'm using business terms like level set. But like, this is what happened, and it wasn't, you know, maybe somebody wants to like explain themselves is what I'm feeling. Let's check on this King of Pentacles, because the King of Pentacles is here as the advice, and that's your own energy. So why is the King of Pentacles here as advice for my Capricorns? King of Cups. Page of Swords. So yeah, this could be a water sign that you're dealing with. There's somebody who's operating in their water energy. And also with the King of Cups, Ken, I don't know, somebody might be dealing with somebody named Ken. But with the King of Cups clarifying the King of Pentacles, I feel like some of you are maybe going to want to embody that energy of balancing your emotions, the water and the earth, to have this conversation. And because it's somebody that you care about, somebody that you've been watching, or they've been watching you. And, you know, it feels like this conversation, I'm hearing fated, like this conversation needs to happen. So this is somebody that you care about, or, you know, vice versa. Somebody where there is love in a situation. And maybe it was I'm getting a two ships passing in the night kind of energy, like unintentional fallout. Can I get one more on the King of Pentacles and the King of Cups? Maybe there's nothing else for this. Yeah. Okay, so we'll move on to the outcome, which is the Star and the Six of Swords. This is the most possible outcome when you embody this energy, King of Pentacles and King of Cups. Let's see. And I think it's really hope. Somebody's hoping here that you guys will be able to maybe reunite, or at least move to calmer waters and settle the misunderstanding and be like no bad blood between us. What is this guy doing on the table? What is this guy doing on the table? Seven of Swords clarifying the Star and the Six of Swords. So there's something they don't want you to know as well. There's something they are not telling you. They want to come together with you, but there's something about it they don't want to reveal. So maybe because this person felt a little bit jaded, they might have done something that they're not proud of. Three of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. So, what is the Seven of Swords? Can you get a little bit more? What is the Seven of Swords about? Eight of Swords. Queen of Wands. All right, so if this is a romantic situation, all right, it's somebody that might have ghosted. They might have ghosted or just kind of weaned away from you, like slowed down communication with you because they were paying attention to someone else. Someone in the Queen of Wands energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Yeah. The Moon, Ten of Cups, the Wheel. And now that situation's not going so well, perhaps. They're having to defend themselves in that situation. There's conflict in that situation. And then we have the Queen of Cups and the Judgment and the Page of Cups. So it's after something happened now that this person is starting to realize that they miss you. Or you are starting to realize after some kind of a rough patch, Capricorn, that there's somebody in your energy that you may have not been thinking about, and now you miss that person's energy. And again, I'm not feeling any malice here. But the Seven of Swords is never really encouraging. It means like at some point there was some kind of, not necessarily mischief, but just a little bit like, I'm even hearing white lie. Like somebody maybe made an excuse at one point in time, but it was to cover up something else they were doing. And now they're feeling the repercussions. So what we have here, King of Wands, more Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. And the Ten of Swords. Yeah, so they were, whatever situation this person went to, or whatever situation you had been dealing with, Capricorn, you were dealing with somebody who ended up stabbing you in the back, or a situation where you felt betrayed and it caused you pain in some way. And so now you're longing for that person that you've been distant from, or that person is longing for you and they're really heavy in your energy. So is there any more advice? Is there any more advice from the tarot about this for my Capricorns before I move on to the oracles? We have the Fool, the Five of Wands, the Two of Pentacles, and the Knight of Wands. It feels like I have to, gotta say, you could have a new beginning with this person, but I feel like it would kind of be a little bit soiled at this point with the Five of Wands here next to the Two of Pentacles and the Knight of Wands. Like somebody, they're not gonna, it feels like I'm getting the image of like a tarnished necklace. Like something that is still, you can still wear it, but it's a bit tarnished and you might not look at it the same kind of energy. But it's up to you. It just feels like with the Five of Wands here, you would be fighting to prove to this person. They may not really feel, they just don't feel as valued by you anymore. It seems like there was maybe a loss of trust in the situation. And that's unfortunate. I feel like they'd always kind of be thinking you were a little bit sneaky, or vice versa. You would be thinking this person couldn't really be trusted. What does the Moonology deck have to say to my Capricorns about this situation? And I'm hearing like a lesson learned kind of moment. So maybe this was supposed to teach you. And earlier I heard fated, so I feel like maybe you both were in each other's lives to show each other something. Let's see. We got two that flipped over here. Yeah, nothing will come of this situation. Void of course moon, okay? And then also, you are good enough. Full moon in Virgo. So don't take it personally, even though that might be difficult if this is somebody you do care about and you didn't mean to hurt them, or vice versa. So I feel like there was no intent to harm anybody here, but there was some sort of like secretive nature, or getting over is what I'm hearing. But see, you and your loved ones are safe. New moon in Cancer. So yeah, I don't think there will be any bad blood. It's just something that's a little bit tainted, and you have to decide if you want to carry that with you. But it seems like you could still have the conversation. At least have the conversation, work through your fears, and so you'll know, like, and you can at least clear the air, it feels like. And then at the bottom of the deck here, we have your dreams need a practical plan. So yeah, just think about how you want to approach that situation. Maybe you want to meet at a coffee shop or something, or maybe you want to, I just heard send a letter, so somebody might want to send you a letter. But don't give up hope on, it's not like I don't want anyone to feel, who hears this, to feel like discouraged about who they are. Like whatever happened in this situation, it seems like it was supposed to play out the way it has. And that there's a lesson to be learned from it for everyone involved. So let's see. What's needed from the Angel Wisdom deck right now for my Capricorns? Ooh, and the Justice just kind of fell up again. And we have Seven of Wands here. Stand up for yourself and your beliefs. Have confidence. Challenge those in power, but choose your battles wisely. I feel like the advice here is choose your battles wisely. Okay, so maybe just avoid drama in this situation, right? If you're going to come back, your dreams do need a practical plan. So just be wise in how you approach the situation and talk to this person. And then be bold to make the first move was just beneath that. So you might just want to reach out and say, hey, I just want to have a talk. Or they might want to reach out to you that way. There's like a heavy cross-watcher vibe in here. But if somebody does want to reach out, I'm feeling like you just want to come correct. Because I feel like Capricorn has kind of written someone off. And it's just because they feel justified in doing so. Because maybe it's been a really long time. We got the Seven of Pentacles earlier. But for whoever's on the opposite end, this is going to be an issue with ego as well. Choosing your battles wisely, not letting pride get in the way. And even though this is Capricorn right here, this is the Devil card in this deck, I'm feeling Leo energy still very heavily. So it's a matter of not letting your pride interfere. If somebody needs to come to you and talk about a situation who was special to you at one time, you could maybe meet in a public place, just hear this person out, and then be like, okay, go from there. You know, maybe you don't ever want to see them again, or maybe you'll be like, thank you so much for explaining this to me. You know, and I'm just feeling like a good luck kind of energy. Like there's not really a return, I don't feel, or like a reunion, but it could be different for everyone. Yeah, and here the description says, the illusion of being trapped. Accept responsibility for your situation and then make choices that support your path to happiness. Addictions or unhealthy habits. So yeah, I feel like somebody might have to end up accepting the situation for what it is. Like, this is the consequence for what happened. I accept it. I accept my role in that. And now I'm going to move on knowing that I'm good enough and that it doesn't mean I'm a bad person. This is just how this situation worked out. And it's a lesson learned. I feel like it is for everyone. in this situation, okay? A little bit of a heavy energy, but it is the new moon. The moon always brings us heavy energies during that time. And so, yeah, I wish you the best, Capricorn, with this situation, and I'll be back soon with another for you. Bye.